Okay, so this is going to be a really quick video about some potential pitfalls with Bitcoin, Ethereum and Ripple. These are the big three at the moment. So first of all, Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin has massive scalability issues, and the fact that it's now completely alien to what it was supposed to be. So Bitcoin was launched in 2009 and designed to be a global currency. So things that you could use for microtransactions to everything else. But because of the scalability issues Bitcoin has, as in it's averaging around 3 to 4 transactions per second. Now when you compare that with the Visa network, which is 24,000 transactions a second, it's a long way off. And also the transaction times. So at the moment, if you do any form of Bitcoin transfer, purchase or transaction, it takes anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes to clear. So obviously you can't buy your frappa, latte, macchiato, whatever it is at Starbucks, and then stand there for half an hour whilst waiting for it to clear. It just wouldn't work. So what's happened is that Bitcoin is now turned into a highly speculative asset. It's not being used as money. People are using it as a speculative punt, so to speak, because they're hearing things that will go to 50, 100 or $1 million dollars. So it has some problems. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to have these problems forever. There are other things that are being put out there and implemented onto the network which will help it scale. So for Bitcoin, there's a thing called the Lightning protocol, which is basically an off-chain scaling solution. So basically what they do is you can do loads of transactions and open up sort of pre-agreed lines of credit with each other, and you can do all sorts of transactions, and then once you settle the debt or the outstanding thing, that is when it goes onto the main network for computing or it goes onto the main net. So yes, that will help, and technically the Lightning Network can scale Bitcoin up to sort of the millions of transactions per second. Now whether that will work or not, I don't know. It's still early days. So that's Bitcoin. They've got a bit of a problem with scaling, and the fact that it's completely different to what the white paper wanted Bitcoin to be in the first place. And the fees are huge with Bitcoin. And as I said with previous videos, sorry, I've got something in my eye, that now there are coins out there like Nano, where there's instant transactions, zero fees and infinite scalability, then that is the benchmark. Any coin that is, any currency crypto that is sub that standard shouldn't really bother existing. So yeah, that's that. You then have Ethereum. So Ethereum also has massive scalability issues. So now, obviously, there's a security issue. So Ethereum has a far greater surface area, which means it has, than say Bitcoin. It's like a dry sponge compared to Bitcoin's solid diamond. So yes, there is a security flaw there. And also the fact that there's now, 500, 600 cryptos that have been built on top of the Ethereum network is quite scary, because if someone hacks Ethereum, then everything goes down, and then we'll have a massive calamity on the market. So that's that one. Ethereum, what was I talking about? Yeah, so scalability as well. So at the moment, there are bugger all users using the Ethereum network, as in the public aren't using it. There's probably only a couple 100,000 people using it. And so, yes, the transactions per second are way better than Bitcoin. The thing is, the moment the public start using the dApps, the decentralized applications on the Ethereum network, it's just going to clog up. I mean, it goes back to my pie analogy. So that's going to be a problem. Again, just like Bitcoin has the Lightning Network solution, Ethereum has its Raiden network solution, so that could help it scale. So it's something I'm quite aware of. And last but not least, Ripple. So Ripple is one of the biggest, scam is a harsh word, ploys out there in the crypto world. So basically, Ripple technically isn't even a cryptocurrency. It has no mining or minting service. So protocol. So normally with a proof of work protocol, you then have mining to get coins. With proof of stake, like or no, not Ethereum, it's proof of work at the moment, like Cardano or any of the Neo. Neo is not proof of stake. Sorry, there's loads of proof of stake coins out there, but I can't remember. But basically, yeah, there are a lot. Smart Cash being one of them, where you basically you mint coins. But with Ripple, the founders, Ripple Labs, which is a company, just basically plucked out 100 billion XRPs. XRP is the token, as in the Ripple token, and went here, and then sold 40% to the public. Just like that, pure margin. So there's no minting or mining going on there. Also, there was $1 million lawsuit because one of the founders of Ripple had a falling out, a guy called Jed McCaleb. So he left, and he's got a whole wadload of Ripple, which he is currently dumping on the market. Now, due to the lawsuit, etc., he can only sell a certain amount at a time. So at the moment, he's limited. So he walked away with 9 billion XRPs. So he can only sell $20,000 worth a week for the first 4 years. And then the limits start to get looser. So obviously he may be holding or dumping, but he did dump a fair bit to begin with. So that's that. And also Ripple and XRP, they're completely separate things. Ripple doesn't need XRP for its prosperity and vice versa. So, and also there's nothing stopping Ripple Labs going, oh, we're just going to create another 100 billion XRPs, which will then instantly dilute everyone else's shareholdings. Or it could just go and create another crypto, as in token. Then you've got two tokens to deal with, and then obviously that's diluting the attention, focus, and capital from XRP. Long story short, they can do anything they want. And what happens is Ripple Labs is an entity, private company, which builds and helps financial institutions and banks with financial products, etc. So I wouldn't use the word scam, but this is a massive ploy for, basically when you think Ripple, you need to think of the elite, so to speak, as in they're within the banking cartel. And it's just a massive ploy to get as much Bitcoin as possible, because they've just plucked XRP out of their arse, out of thin air, and they're then selling that to the public. And all they're doing is they're getting your Bitcoin. People are buying Ripple in exchange for Bitcoin. They're getting the Bitcoin. And they're selling some worthless stuff. So, not a fan of Ripple. Yes, it'll probably go up a bit, just because of hype and stuff like that. But I mean, it does have some use cases. So Ripple, as in XRP, is designed to take out SWIFT and replace interbank settlements. So at the moment, when big corporations and banks are sending a lot of money cross borders, etc., it takes 3 days and a stupid amount of fees. Whereas Ripple can do it in seconds. So I guess that's going to help. But yeah, just something to be aware of. I hope that makes sense.